So it's no secret that I stay booked and busy. I very rarely have an opportunity to rest. But every couple of months, I will throw myself into my bed and spend an entire day with a book. And yesterday was the day. Here's what I read: T.J. Young and the Orishas. Now, I read this book as part of the Ingram Influencer Program, but I need you to know that I picked this book solely off of the cover. Because look at it, right? And lucky for me and you, the writing kept up. When I say that this book was phenomenally written, that is an understatement. The pacing, the plot, the character development, all of it was top-notch. The book follows T.J. Young, the little brother to one of the world's most celebrated diviners. The diviners being people who have special connection to and power directly coming from the Orisha. And if you're not familiar with that term, the Orisha are divine spirits that originated out of a spiritual tradition in West Africa. Anyway, the book. At the start of the book, TJ is a 14-year-old in a very well-known, celebrated, and powerful family of diviners. And unfortunately, he has not developed powers as everyone anticipated that he would. But after his sister's untimely and suspicious death, he touches her staff and kind of gets something awoken inside of him. Far behind his peers, though, he is not welcomed into the school where diviners are typically trained. So he ends up at a summer camp for the more magically challenged, where he ends up on a journey of awakening his power, figuring out who he is, and unlocking the mystery of who killed his sister. That is, until he ends up entangled with the Orisha themselves, beings that their world thought were long gone. Now, I'm not going to tell you much else because I don't want to spoil the story for you, but I need you to understand that this is a quality story. Antoine's writing is on par with some of the best writers that I have ever read. In fact, my only challenge or objection to this book is the way that its only fat character was represented. That character was framed through some very stereotypical lenses that I really just didn't enjoy. But it didn't really steal from the story for me. For me, T.J. Young and the Orishas was a smart, creative, and powerful story about Black spirituality, about coming into your own identity, about fighting for change, and about challenging the traditions and the powers that have ruled the world before you. I loved it. In fact, I loved it so much, I'm probably going to take a second self-care day and read book 2. If you want a copy, which I think you should, you can go to the link in my bio labeled bookshop.org and grab a copy right from my storefront. Happy reading, y'all.